This is the DPVR E4. Let's talk about it. So I do want to start this off by saying I have never done a headset review before, so this is going to be a learning experience for all of us. Also, DPVR did send me out this headset for free, but all of the opinions in this video are completely mine. Your guy cannot be bought out. They reached out a little while back through email, asked me if I'd be interested in checking out their headset. Of course, I said yes, I'll try anything once except Brussels sprouts. That's gross. So it's here. Let's check it out. So this headset is currently listed on their website for $549 US. So here is everything that came in the box. We have the PC cord, we have the headset itself, we have the two controllers. It also came with some earbuds and a couple of plug-in adapters. One of the first things that I noticed when I pulled it out was that it had this little box on the cord. This is where you actually connect in the other end of the PC cord. And I thought it was gonna be really annoying, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Alright, so let's go over the specs of this thing. So first and foremost, it is a PSVR headset and it runs through Steam. It is not a standalone headset. You will need a computer to run this headset. So it has two Fresnel lenses, which seems to be pretty much the standard right now, and the resolution is 3664 by 1920, which is exactly the same as the Quest 2. However, unlike the Quest 2, which runs at 90 Hz, this runs at 120 and has a 116 degree field of view compared to the Quest 2's 113 degrees. But one of the things that DPVR boasted the most about was the headset's weight. This thing weighs 280 grams compared to the Quest 2's 470 grams. So this is an extremely light headset. My wife really enjoyed this headset just because of how light it was. Normally she can't play VR for very long, but with this headset she was able to play for a couple of hours and it did not give her a headache whatsoever. So I do really enjoy just how light this headset is. The controllers were also extremely light. They almost felt extremely cheap just because of how light they were, but they seem to track really well. Overall, the setup was pretty easy. It's pretty similar to the Index. It has one cord that splits into your DisplayPort, your USB, and your power supply. But you will have to download their software, the DPVR Assistant, in order to get it to work with Steam. So anything that you want to do with this headset, you're going to have to do it through their assistant. This includes adjusting the IPD, adjusting brightness or refresh rate, and there's also some controller adjustments that I'll get more into here in just a bit. But now with all of that out of the way, it is time to put this thing on and check it out. This is also my first time using a headset with the Halo design. I thought I was going to hate it, but honestly, it was pretty good. So of course, the first game that I have to go to is the one that I know best, which is RecRoom. But before even getting there, I noticed in Steam VR that my hands were very, very far off. So my hands are kind of way off. Can you see that? There's my controllers there. There's where my hands are. That's where my pointer comes out, my wrist. This isn't a massive deal in the home screen as long as it's not like this in games. However, after loading up RecRoom, I did notice that the hands were a little bit off as well in this game. My hands are kind of... Oh, there we go. Definitely needs to be more angled because I'm like pointing at it and it's kind of going straight up. And one of my biggest concerns was I could not turn. I could not rotate. The thumbsticks did not work. And my right thumbstick, why is it not working? I can't turn. I don't know why I can't turn. I had to reach out to DPVR. They said that I had to go into the settings and change the controller mode, which I find very odd. I've never had to do this with any other headset that I have. So this was very new. This was very strange to me. I don't understand this. But we tried a couple other games just to make sure that it wasn't just RecRoom or something. And so we tried Gorilla Tag and we tried Beat Saber, and the hands seemed to line up very well and everything seemed to work overall very well for these two games. Some of my top concerns are, of course, tracking. This is an inside-out tracking headset, so you're not going to get as good tracking as you would with like an Index and some base stations, but for all the tracking being inside out, it really wasn't too bad. Pretty comparable to the Quest 2. And then as a content creator, how does it record? This does have a decently high resolution, and the recordings came out pretty good. The microphone was also another worry, but it actually sounds pretty good on this headset as well. So for recording, this headset does pretty well. But overall, this is a pretty decent headset. I think I would like to see it closer to the $350 to $400 range, but it is a pretty good headset. It is very light. One of the things that I really did not like was having to go in and change my controller mode in order to get RecRoom to work. I don't understand that part. But other than that, it seems to be a pretty solid headset.